Takes a minute. And we are live. Welcome, welcome, everybody. This is a self-healing journey with our lovely guest, C Meagan Michael. Yay!
Thank you, Kimmy. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me to be on your show today. I'm very excited.
You're very welcome. I can't wait to get started. Whoops.
I made myself some notes and everything.
Gonna find ourselves here.
I'm gonna leave this because I'm hearing feedback, but if we need to use it, we can, just so you know.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let me see if I can find us. Yes, I found us. Look at that.
Oh, my light. Lights, camera, action. It's brighter.
Oh, let me lower my stuff.
Brighter.
There we go. All right. I'm going to share out.
Thank you. I'm going to be looking on... I think I'm just going to relax today and let you drive, and I'm not even going to worry about sharing because it's interesting and different for me. It's unique for me to be in this seat instead of your seat, like driving. I'm the passenger this time. So I'm just going to chill and relax and be present.
Yes, relax.
Just ask my guides and my spirit team to be here with me and inspire me to say everything that needs to be said, that for the greatest and highest good of all, whatever I need to share. Because my entire healing journey was guided. Even though I wasn't, I'm sorry, you haven't asked me anything yet, but I'm just going to share that part. Even though I wasn't like fully aware yet about how to connect with my guides and all that, I knew, looking back, I know the whole thing was guided. I believe all of our journeys are guided. And when we choose to follow.
Yeah, we just don't usually know it at the time.
Sometimes, well, I do now a lot.
I mean,
before, right?
Beforehand, Megan.
Yeah.
Beforehand. We don't
100%.
I mean, I came out of many, many situations that there was definitely some kind of angelic intervention in.
Oh, yes. Oh, if I knew then what I know now, it would have been a whole different experience for me. There wouldn't have been so much fear involved and all that. But that was part of my journey. That was part of my awakening. A big part of it, I do love you in those red glasses. They're fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you. I like colors. You know that.
I do. You know what? I'd love to have it on my personal page. That I really do want to see. Could you?
I'm going to send you the link to this.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you. That's what I was thinking. I was hoping for. Let me just do that.
You can go right to Rainbow Journey and share it from there.
Okay. On my way.
That's easier.
We got it. Here I am in Rainbow Journey. Okay. Sharing it to my...
Hi, Facebook user. We are not doing readings right now. My daughter is being induced right now. Does her son have a message for her? But I can say that I'm getting, I can say that I'm getting the goosebumps from the ground up, which is pretty much like everything is going to be okay.
Beautiful. I feel that too. Congratulations, Kimberly. I see your comment now. All right. So share that on my page. You're probably sharing it to our group, but I'm going to do that too. And look and see what groups. I'm going to share it to a couple of groups that I think you probably don't share to. Lotta's group. I'm sure
that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. my local
So
spiritual.
it is also being shared to my YouTube channel.
Awesome. Hi, YouTubers. Hi, Facebookers. I love you guys. Hi, Sandy. I see you there. And Tamara and Kimberly. Okay, looking for more. Did
I
you
have
share to
to-
Debbie's group?
Not yet.
Okay.
That's what I was looking for. So
All right. We're on the same. I just shared to Rachel's group. You want me to share to Debbie's group? I'm right here.
yeah.
Okay. Discovering the unfoldment of trance. Can I share this to my? I can send it to Twitter. Really? I don't think I want to do that though. Oh, I could share it to my page. That's cool too. I didn't really plan on switching, but all right.
Okay.
No, that didn't work. Okay, so undo that.
Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Tamara. Hi, Heather. Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome. Okay, I think I've shared to everybody that allows.
I'm just gonna message a few people that had mentioned wanting to watch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Oops. I don't want to do that. I want to do this.
Oops, I'm not sure who I just messaged. You know how the thing moves sometimes? I don't know if it does that to you. Like I'll be going to click on somebody's name and it scrolls. I'm like, oops, who did I just send that to? Oh, there she is. Okay. All right. If you're getting this private message, it's because I feel that it will serve your greatest and highest good, or you've asked me specifically about it. So there you go. My client, my friend, all that good stuff. All right. So Heather's already here. All right, good. So I don't need to send any more privates.
Okay. Whoops. Stop doing the whoops, Kim.
Well, now I'm suddenly hearing like, well, there it is. Not quite whoops, but close.
Hold on 1 second. I will be right back.
Take your time. I'm just still sharing, guys. So. Oh, Sandy says shared to a large group. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And here to this group. I'm trying. My intention is not to send to the same groups that Kimmy's already sent to. We share a lot of the groups in common, but not all. I'm not going to send all the trance groups because that's not the topic. It's about healing. So.
Sorry, my son was going out.
Okay, I went there. Ah, there it is, Sandy's. Whoops, I did it again. That's the song that I meant to sing. And hi, how are you, Winter? Good to see
Come
you.
over here.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Well, that's good.
I'd like to see you guys together.
Yeah, he promised to do a live with me again soon sometime.
Oh, I want to see that. I will be there.
I'm putting you on the spot, Winter.
Winter is awesome. If everyone wants to do a live with me or the three of us, let me know. It's just super fun. He's great. I remember the last live that you guys did together. That was really cool. I enjoyed that.
Okay. Are you all done sharing?
I am. I'm all done.
All right.
Oops, I did it again.
We
now I got it in my head.
We do not own the rights to any songs that we may sing on this live stream.
Unless I sing one that I wrote, but I don't plan on that right now. So.
Did you write a song?
Oh, I've written many songs in my life. Yeah, I even got published. I even was on. It was in ASCAP, the American Society of Authors, Composers, and Publishers, in 2002 for a religious song that I wrote about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, called "The Apple of God's Eye."
Seriously, yeah. Wow, Megan, I never knew that. That's really awesome. We talk about so many things, and it's like, wow.
I don't know. I guess we don't usually talk about music and making music and stuff like that.
That's why these shows are important because, even though we are friends and we've been friends for a while, I really don't know very much about your healing journey except for the little tidbits that I've heard along the way, you know?
Yes.
And that's why these are important because, excuse me, it's allergy season here in Pennsylvania. Um, because a lot of people get a diagnosis and they think that, hi, Bonnie, welcome, welcome. They think that, this is it. There's nothing I can do. Okay. And, the reason this is why Spirit had me do these shows so far, because people need to know that there are things that they can do, and it's different strokes for different folks too. It's not the same formula for every single person. In fact, every person that I've met so far and done this with has done something totally different.
Yes, I noticed that. I'm really enjoying this series, listening to
your mic went off. Hit your thing again. No, it didn't work. There you go. There you go.
testing 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Okay, I just had to bang it on the. I really do need a new one, but for now, I just have to give it a little jolt. Just like this. Testing 1, 2, 3. We have liftoff. I think I can gently put it back on my neck for now.
Yes.
Okay, I'll just remind you not to move too much. Still okay?
There you go.
Okay, we're good. So yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's interesting because I've realized that I haven't really shared, I haven't done a video about specifically how I healed myself. I haven't written a book yet as to how I've healed myself.
Yeah, let's start at the beginning. What did you heal yourself from? What was the diagnosis?
Well, the two things that I really feel drawn to focus on are stage 4 lymphoma. In 2016, I had a mass in my spleen area, and I didn't know what it was. And during that year, I had moved recently, and I didn't get set up with my insurance yet, and I think I had to wait for, I don't know, or I thought I had to wait for the new whatever. I had just started my new life, so I didn't have all my ducks in a row. And but in 2017, when I went to the doctor, by that time I had this thing that looked like an alien baby. It was 29 centimeters. My spleen was reaching to my bladder, and you could see it all distended. And I called it my alien baby. And my doctor felt it. He goes, oh. And then he took my blood, and I had, then he sent me to an oncologist because clearly I had something wrong. And I was diagnosed with stage 4 splenic marginal zone lymphoma. It was in my bone marrow.
Wow.
And I remember saying to my oncologist, I said, oh, I'm going to die. And he goes, don't ever say that again. And this is a brilliant man. And I don't say that lightly, but I know my mom was a doctor person. And so this is a doctor who's gone to like the best schools and everything. And you can tell he's like the guy that graduated like top in his class. I wouldn't say that about my primary, although I love him. He's so cute and a really nice person. But my oncologist was just a brilliant guy. And he said, don't ever say that again. And he wasn't, I don't think, spiritual in any way, but he knew that was very important to him. And the way he said it,
that was very good. I got goosebumps when you said that.
Took me. Yeah. I never did say that again, because the way he said that, I was like, whoa, I felt I had started my new life over again. I was alone, and I say alone, I know my guides were with me, but at the time I only knew about pray to God. I didn't know. I wasn't who I am now.
Right.
This cancer was a great teacher for me, and it was a huge part of my awakening. So I really wasn't aware, and so I was alone. I had and that's not really what we're going to focus on, but I just want to share my journey. I was alone. I didn't have friends and family. I left everything behind, started a brand new life in a new town, and then like a year later I'm diagnosed with cancer. And I'm like, oh, what do I do now? And
that had to be scary, being alone.
It was really scary.
I mean, I really, I'm having a hard time imagining what that would be like.
It was really scary. It was scary. It was interesting though. At the time, my YouTube channel was focusing on narcissistic abuse, narcissistic mothers. That's where my channel started out. you won't find any of that content there now, just so you know. But there was a woman that I had become friendly with who was also had a channel about the same topic. And so she came to stay with me for a couple of months. It was really for her. She was leaving a toxic situation and she was going to move to England and move in with a new man or whatever. And, but she said to me, well, if you do get diagnosed, if it comes up positive, I'll come back and help you for, but she didn't want to do it, but she did for a short time. And it was weird. It was just weird. But anyway, so I wasn't like when I went to get the bone marrow, I don't know what you call it, biopsy done. She was actually with me. So I was with basically a stranger, but I did have somebody with me at that moment. Yeah.
We're going to open up questions a little bit later. Okay. So yeah, that was, that had to be very intense, especially I think like, pretty much being alone, or thinking that you're alone, because we know now we're never alone.
So true.
But
guess who I met whom I met because of the whole thing? My awesome friend Diane. She is a pet sitter, and she's retired now, but she was a dog walker, and I needed someone to help me walk my dogs because I went through chemo for 6 months. But when I first started, I knew I was going to need help. Maybe I anticipated that, and so I did. Whatever, but I knew I was going to need help, and so I made a couple of phone calls. Anyway, the voice of an angel answers the phone, and it's my amazing friend Diane. I had never met her before. Just such kind person and such beautiful, loving energy. And $10 a walk. What? That's nobody charged that even back then. It was, she goes, I don't need the money. I mean, she didn't say it that moment, but later on she goes, I don't need the money. I do it because I want to do that. And so it was really just so divinely timed.
It was, you were blessed with a person that you needed in your life at that time.
I met my dearest friend. I mean, you are also my dearest friend, but you know what I'm saying. I had never had a friend like Diane. I had never had a friend that I can feel so comfortable with and say anything and feel like sometimes I would say something and then I would cringe inside because I'm like, oh, I talked too much and I said something and she's going to judge me. And it never happened. It's to this day, it's never happened. And we've been friends for years now. Never happens. So she's coming out of the narcissistic abuse situation where, everybody, if you would say something to somebody, you would expect it and then you would get that. Never happens with Diane. So I learned she helped me to heal in so many ways. Our friendship has helped me to heal in so many profound ways. It's like an injustice to just throw it out here as a side note, but it's not what we're going to focus on right now. But it is really important to mention that trusting someone, having someone that you can trust and you can talk to, even though I didn't open up to her fully, she was when she came to walk my dogs, I found myself wanting to spend time with her. So even though I was supposed to be relaxing, I would walk with them and she would walk slowly and we would, when we would talk and that was, our friendship is one of the most profound healing things that's ever happened to me. Yeah. And one of the biggest gifts in my life.
Kind of like an earth angel.
I've been calling her that for years.
That's what she reminds me of when you show the pictures of all your little outings and everything, sometimes I get to enjoy them from your experiences because you're always in that beautiful warm weather zone. And she reminds me of earth angel energy for sure. Yes,
exactly. I'm so glad you just validated that for me because I've always felt that. I still feel that, she's just like a walking miracle in my life, and I appreciate her every day. And by the way that you I maybe travel or enjoy our adventures vicariously through my photos and videos. She travels a lot with her husband and her family, and I enjoy her adventures like in Africa and all these different places.
Oh, I enjoyed those too.
Isn't that cool?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I really did. I've always wanted to go to Africa.
Me too.
Of course, in a nice, sturdy truck with really good bars.
it looks like it was amazing. But okay, so that was one thing. That was a huge thing. But I also have a lot of practical things I want to share with you guys.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Things I did to heal myself from cancer. Now, this is interesting because it's like spirit inspired me and I just started writing them down because I was reminded. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go for it. Okay, so I'm going to list them and then I'm going to talk a little bit about each one if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. This is all about you today.
Oh my God. Thank you. Feels a little weird, but it feels good because I've been wanting, I was going to say meaning, but no, I knew I was going to tell this story. I just didn't know where or when. Because it's information that I feel I need to share. It's going to help somebody somewhere. I'm going to say something that's going to help someone.
Absolutely. If this conversation helps one person, I am a happy camper.
Exactly. Spirit did tell me one thing that I know was from Spirit while I was walking my dogs one day during the chemo, whatever. And I just knew, because, it doesn't matter. I was going to say claircognizant, but that doesn't matter right now. I knew I wasn't going to die. They told me I was going to survive and then teach from my now perspective. You probably heard me say that before. So practical tips, oil pulling. Now, I'll just tell you, I'll name them all and then I'll just go over them one by one. So oil pulling.
So before you do that, did you start these all at once?
No, I didn't. No, because I didn't know about any of them.
Okay.
I'm glad you asked that.
I'm sitting here going, what?
No, I didn't know anything about oil pulling or juicing I was looking for natural ways to heal this.
Yes.
I was looking to heal myself. I knew I had to do something, and I didn't know any healers at the time, believe it or not. Seriously, phone? Really, Congressman? That's so interesting. Must be running for office. Where were we? Sorry about that. My phone never rings.
Yeah, it's okay. It just threw us off course for 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. So where were we? We were talking about, did I know them all at once? No, I didn't know any of them. So I started learning and studying and diving into healing. I was going through YouTube and
you
Google.
Would go. You pretty much were being led to different places, different things to do for yourself.
Yeah. And then sometimes someone would mention something because I had a job at the time on the phones. I was answering calls, selling supplements and stuff. And this was a huge, amazing blessing that the boss said that I could just log on when I felt well enough to do it. He only did that for a year, but in that 1 year, it's exactly when I needed that. It was just huge because I needed some income.
You were being blessed. You were being blessed.
Can you believe it? And one of the things that we answered the phone for besides supplement was Keen Psychic Hotline. And I remember seeing psychic and medium and not knowing the difference. I swear.
Oh, no, that's okay because I had to look that up.
You too?
Yes. When I grew up, now see, your mom was into astrology and stuff.
Yes.
When I grew up, that was considered witchcraft.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we didn't know anything about those things, and we were led away from those things.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I did. I had to look it up. So anyway, go ahead.
I just thought that was it. No, that's all right. I just thought that was interesting because that was just like a hint to me about my journey, but I didn't know. I wasn't doing readings yet. I didn't know I was psychic yet. I didn't know, And so, by the way, hello to everyone. I can't see your names. I'm not driving the car right now. I'm the guest in this. So I just want to tell you all I love you and appreciate you being here. All right. So oil pulling.
We have John.
Hi, John.
Sandy Samadhi, Shiloh.
Hello.
Kimberly. Bonnie had to leave.
Okay.
She said she'll PM you tomorrow or later.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay. And who else is here? Guys? Julie Graham.
Hi, Julie.
Mark Schumacher. So anyway, welcome everybody. And thank you for coming to a self-healing journey. This is our beautiful guest, C Meagan Michael. You may know her from High Vibrational Mastery, the group on Facebook. I've known Megan for what is it, 4 years now? I think your mic went off again. You're going to have to shake it. There you go.
All right. You've got to shake it, shake it. I am going to order a new one, guys. I just didn't know. Anyway, here we are. We're here now, and it's working, and that's what's important.
And she is a seer and a seeker and a psychic medium, trance medium. You name it, this girl does it.
Thank you. And a healer. I do a lot of healing now as well.
Yes.
Dude, thank you so much for the introduction. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's an honor to be here. Absolutely. So I wanted to give you the list of things that I absolutely did that I know helped me to. I mean, I tried lots of things. If I was watching a video or something came up and somebody posted like, oh, like, eating black pepper, I'm just exaggerating here, but like, would cure cancer, then I would try that. I tried everything. A lot of what I did was fear-based because I'm like, oh, let me try this and that and that. But then over time, I realized what works for me and what I know works for me. And so what I know works for me, oil pulling. And if you don't know what that is, we can talk about it or you can Google it. But oil pulling, which reduces harmful bacteria, reduces inflammation, and promotes detoxification of the body. Juicing. I was drawn to start juicing. I bought a NutriBullet. And I actually bought a used not totally used, like on Amazon when you buy something that's a little bit cheaper because maybe somebody whatever. I'm like, that's the best one I can get, and it's going to be. I need that. I knew I needed it, so I bought a NutriBullet, and every morning I would put like celery and carrots and everything. Literally, I didn't care what it tasted like. It made no difference to me what it tasted like. I wanted to hurry up and get down all the nutrients into my body. That's easier to absorb. There's a high concentration of nutrients, and it's just, I mean, imagine trying to like eat 10 carrots, but you can easily juice 10 carrots and drink it. And the difference was, oh my God, I don't know why I don't do it. Well, I do know because I get lazy sometimes and I don't feel like it. I shouldn't call myself names. But anyway, I don't do it all the time. Now,
We're human, Megan.
Yeah, when I'm humaning, I'm not always doing what. But anyway, giving up meat. Now that was a process for me because I had always eaten meat. I didn't know what to eat without meat, but I knew that I had to let that go. So that was a process.
So diet was very important to you.
Huge. And it wasn't. I know a lot of times I hear you talk about like fear. It wasn't fear. Well, a little bit of it was fear, but the majority was what I knew was positive for me, like eating garlic and ginger, like letting go of sugar. Sugar feeds cancer. You don't want to eat a bunch of processed sugar if you have cancer. That's one thing you definitely don't want to do. Dairy creates mucus in the body. You don't want to eat that and I can actually feel it when I eat pizza or dairy of some kind, which I do like pizza still. I know because I might like find myself like coughing up at night, like mucus or something, which I've noticed now is not typical for me at all. Mm-hmm. So the more when you clean your body out of certain things, then you can become more aware of how you feel when you eat something. So yeah, those things. Also, I remember somebody said to me, one of the girls I worked with on that.
I understand that because salt is my trigger.
I understand. And that's, that wasn't something I specifically avoided, but it's actually something I've avoided since when I was 35, I lost 70 pounds and became a bodybuilder. I was a couch potato. I was obese. I was suicidally depressed. And then I lost a bunch of weight intentionally. And I changed my whole life and created a whole new reality for myself. So that salt is something that I had let go of. And I don't eat much of. Although it's really, really, the pink salt is really good in my healthy dressing. So sometimes a little pinch of some healthy salt.
A little bit of salt is okay, yes.
Yeah, sometimes it's good for the body.
But a lot of the processed foods are packed to the gills with salt.
And sugar.
And I had a like this thing, well, my daughter used to do it for me when I came home from work exhausted, because I've always been a caretaker, a caregiver.
Right,
And
right.
I'd come home from work exhausted, and she'd go in the kitchen and she'd make me a packages of ramen noodles.
Okay.
They used to call them oodles of noodles back then.
Oh, I remember that.
And actually became a comfort food for me.
Yep.
But they are like 1,500 milligrams of sodium per
I know.
package.
Yep. And MSG too, I believe. Yeah, it tasted really good. I have organic ramen noodles in my cabinet right now. So you can still have ramen noodles, and I'll make it with like an organic broth.
Yeah, I have. That's what I do now. That's exactly what I do, because I do like ramen noodles.
Yeah, it's still a comfort
And
food.
I get low sodium broth so that I'm not like, feeling
Yes.
like a bloated balloon the next day.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Meditation, that was when I started meditating. Well, no, I'd actually been doing guided meditations since I started my new life. So, although I did guided meditation on and off for a lot of years now, like 30 years. So that's not totally new, but doing a daily meditative practice of like sitting for an hour a day, that was new. That was totally new. Listening
Yeah.
to the air conditioner, like Abraham talks about with Esther, that was new. Daily meditation, life changing, completely life altering. Sunshine and swimming. When I was feeling, I knew I needed sunshine. Needed the vitamin D, and when I was feeling well, I would go to the YMCA around the corner. I would walk there and I would lay by the pool and soak up the sunshine. I love to swim. So it doesn't take much to get me to swim, because I love to swim. And if I'm by a pool, I'm going to be in it. Also, no alcohol, no soda. And kratom. I let go of most chemicals. I had been on antidepressants. Now, this didn't exactly all happen at the same time. I had been on
That was going to
antidepressants.
be my question.
Yeah, and I
This
had been on.
was a gradual thing, right?
Yes. Well, yes.
For the most part.
Yes. Yeah.
For the
Absolutely.
most part. Because,
Absolutely.
if you did try to do all that at once, I think it would have drove you nuts.
Well, I just didn't. Recently, I had like a scare. I mean, I got my blood work back. The doctor says I don't have lymphoma, so that's a good thing. But I was
Thank
having
you. Thank you. Thank
symptoms.
you.
I know. Yeah, I was having really scary symptoms that were, well, they were not scary unless I could call them scary, but they were symptoms that were familiar. And I thought, oh, not that again. No, 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 no. So immediately, this has happened like just weeks before this show. It's fascinating because I thought, Spirit, do I even remember everything that I did? And all of a sudden, when I needed it, I remembered everything that I did. And so I started doing all these things that I'm telling you about. Although I haven't oil pulled lately, but I thought about it today. But yeah, I mean, I knew, and
Everything happens for a reason, Megan.
yeah, and I also had,
I just am finding it weird that happened right before you're doing this conversation with me.
yep, right before, and
Yeah.
I knew that's why they were
Yeah.
reminding
So
me.
you could remember
Hmm.
exactly what you did.
Now I've got to share this with you because this is important. So earlier today, I told ChatGPT AI, right, and I told it what I said, I'm being interviewed to discuss my self-healing journey. I healed myself from stage 4 lymphoma as well as severe depression. I will tell you what I ate and that it helped me. Wait, what I ate that did help me to heal. And I want you to tell me why each of these things was healing for me. And then I gave the whole list that I'm giving you right now. Oh, by the way, green tea. Oh my God. I gave up. I stopped drinking any kind of coffee because of the toxicity, and only green tea, which is also anti-cancer. And I've got to share this with you. The thing that is, and I'm going to post all this whole thing later on my Facebook page and also in Kimmy's group. But just a couple of examples. Oil pulling, an ancient Ayurvedic technique, involves swishing oil in your mouth to remove toxins and improve oral health. Oil pulling has been found to reduce the number of harmful bacteria in the mouth, which can have positive effects on the body, on the rest of the body. By doing oil pulling regularly, you were able to reduce inflammation and promote detoxification, which contributed to your overall healing. As you look through these, like juicing, okay, Juicing helps to boost your immune system, reduce inflammation, provide your body with nutrients. Okay, giving up meat includes reducing inflammation. Are you seeing the pattern here, guys? Reducing inflammation, boosting your immune system, and promoting relaxation. That's the key thread, which I never saw before, but I'm seeing it now because I'm watching the AI just print out the whole thing, and I'm like, well, that's amazing. Reduction of inflammation, boosting the immune system, and promoting relaxation. Those are the main things that I needed to do to heal myself. And it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey. And I did go for the 6 months of chemo. Okay. Even though I didn't want to, I wanted to stop. I wanted to stop every month. It was a horrible experience for me. And I'm not, this is my journey, guys. Just as to clarify, I'm not suggesting that you do what I did or anything like that. I'm just telling you what I did.
Yes, we preface that in these shows that these are our specific healing journeys, and you have to follow your intuition for your healing journey, because what I'm seeing, guys, is that everybody's journey is totally different. Totally different. There is no one size fits all cure. There is no one size fits all cure.
That's so true. It's so true.
So I know that because we've been friends for a long time. I know that eating a plant-based diet is very, very good for you.
For me, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
Until recently, when I needed a piece of steak. But that was the first time in like 5 or 6 years that I've eaten.
That's okay. I can do plant-based for like 3 or 4 days, and then I feel terrible. And then I eat meat and I feel fine. Everybody's body is different.
Yes. Absolutely.
Everybody's body is different.
Absolutely true. I did want to mention that I had been on antidepressants for years, and I had been on anti-anxiety medicine for years, and mood stabilizer, all that kind of stuff. But that I gave up when I first moved here, which was 9 years ago. That was a few years before the cancer. And honestly, that was for different reasons. I didn't have a doctor. I didn't have a car. I didn't have money to do any of those things. And so I had to get off those things. I wanted to get off of them, but I had to. So it really worked out perfectly. And then I found kratom, which is a game changer for me. It's an amazing plant. And but that's another story too. But that's all part of my healing journey. Yeah. Using natural remedies instead of medications. I was a medication person. Better living through chemistry, I used to say. I mean that. I used to say silly things like that.
No. And there's nothing wrong with that. If there's a medication that's helping somebody, please continue to take it.
Of course. Absolutely.
There's no judgment. There's no judgment, guys. This is the judgment-free zone. Okay? Judgment-free.
Absolutely. Recently, when I wasn't feeling well, I wanted some Advil. So I took some Advil. I don't usually take Advil, but you know what? I felt much better after I took it. So, I wouldn't take it all the time, but that's what I needed at the time. Anything in moderation, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, that's my body. I'm very in tune with my body, as you know. And the cleaner I eat, the more in tune that I am with my body. So I feel everything. Everything. And so I know my body tells me what it needs. So when I was looking at Facebook, and somebody posted a steak, and I drew inside my mouth, I could feel my salivary glands being activated. Instead of my normal reaction would be like, I don't even want to see that, and instead of being like repulsed in some way, I was wanting to eat a bite of it. So I knew something was very different at that moment, and my body was asking me to eat that.
So you aligned with it, and you had your piece of meat, did you?
A couple of days later, yeah, because I still wanted it. So yeah, I ordered Chipotle, which was, a big, beans and rice and all the healthy things and the vegetables, and then some steak. And a couple of people, some steak and chicken. So I did actually have it. Yeah. And I liked it too. Would I eat it every day? No, because it's not what I'm drawn to eat on a regular basis. In fact, I wanted it again. I liked it so much. I ordered it again the next day. And then I had indigestion. I didn't sleep well. So, something that's, Hippocrates said, Let food be thy medicine, and let medicine be thy food. And I take that very seriously.
So Heather says, I can feel the difference if I eat chocolate now. I don't eat it all the time, but once in a while, when I do, wow.
Yeah.
She said she's also cut out a lot of sugar intake.
Huge.
Certain foods processed or sugar. No, I didn't want to do that. Certain foods processed or sugar based can leave a heavier feeling in the body. Yes, salt based too. Diane Taddy said moderation. I made meat. It happens. Everybody's different, guys.
Absolutely.
We do not judge by what we do, what we think, what we feel, or what we eat, or what we take. We just do not judge. We love each other just the way we are.
I did recently find, because I knew I needed more protein in my diet. I was aware of that. That's why I was craving the steak. I knew that.
Sandy said, I was a vegetarian for years, but in 2017, I was guided to eat meat again occasionally. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was a vegetarian when I was in my 20s, a lactovarian, actually, because my second husband was, and he was very controlling. And so I couldn't. And so as soon as I divorced him, I immediately started eating meat again because I never did it at the time. It wasn't for me. I did it for him.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's not the same thing.
Yeah, no, you're doing what you feel is right for you and for your body and for your spirituality. And this is what we're encouraging. This is what we're encouraging here for everybody that's listening now or on a replay, to do what you feel is right for you, because truly there is no judgment. Source loves us just the way we are.
Turmeric, okay. I don't want to forget. Turmeric is really important. Turmeric with black pepper is an amazing anti-inflammatory.
I take turmeric. I put turmeric in everything, honey.
Oh, do you use the black pepper too?
Yes, turmeric and black pepper.
It's amazing. My joints, it's like just incredible. I give it, even my dogs, I've used turmeric with them as well. Oh, it's a game changer.
I don't do a lot of well, you know my story. Whenever I've been going through hard times, Spirit would bring me weird food, things that is like, okay, I know this can't be good for me, but this is what you're giving to me, so I'm going to eat it. I'm going to align with it, and I'm going to be fine, like a salty ham.
There you go.
You know, it was like, oh my God, you're giving me a salty ham, and you know I have paranoia about salt.
Right. That's so funny. That's so funny.
So my journey really isn't about, I used to be really, really into health foods. I'm just going to leave those papers down there because they keep insisting on falling.
Okay.
I used to be into herbs and vitamins and minerals and the whole 9 yards. And I think that what was happening with me was Spirit was taking me out of that to develop a trust with whatever I have.
I love that.
If that makes sense.
I believe so. Yeah.
It makes sense to me.
That's all that really matters, guys.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'd like to mention the chemo. Because for me, I remember my mom when she went through chemo and radiation, obviously she's gone now, but many years ago, she had ovarian cancer. She went through chemo and radiation. Poor thing. And she said to me she would never do it again. Now, I don't know if she was being dramatic. She had a tendency to be very dramatic, or if she really meant it. But when I was going through it, I felt I already had that in my mind, and I really didn't like it. I felt like the cancer didn't feel nearly as bad as the chemo to me. And so I kept wanting to stop. And then after the third month, I thought, well, I still feel kind of good. And then the nurse or the doctor said, oh, well, the fourth month, you're going to feel really bad. Thanks for that tip, buddy. So It did. I did. I just kept wanting to stop doing it. Anyway, so finally, after I put it off and wound up getting the sixth chemo, the doctor said, and now we'll put you, because that was the whole thing, 6 months. And then I thought it was done. No, because then we're going to put you on maintenance chemo. I said, no, you're not. I'll never do it again. And I won't. And I didn't. By that time, I'd already been doing all these things, and I knew it. I was in control of my own reality at that point. I was binging, listening to Abraham every day and amazing things on YouTube, part of my healing journey, meditating though, and all these healthy foods. And I knew I would be fine. I knew I was fine. I knew I was innately well, and I didn't need this chemical to make me sick and to fight my own immune system. I knew what I knew. And so I said, no, thank you. And then a year later, in 2018, I went back for just a yearly checkup. And you've heard me say this before, but this is the time for me to say it again if you haven't heard it yet. The doctor said to me, after reviewed my blood work, the oncologist said, if I didn't know that last year you had chemo and cancer, stage 4 cancer, I would never know by looking at your blood work.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And to this day, I am still healthy. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, so this is really interesting. So now, right now, for you, you're still following your intuition.
Yes.
As far as what you want to do to help to keep yourself healthy.
100%. Do I always do what I feel is the right thing? No, actually, for all of March, I ate like a ridiculous amount of Domino's pizza and a bunch of crap. And that's right after that is when I felt horrible, and I really bad, and like doesn't matter. I had symptoms, and so it's really important for me to do what I know works for me, and to if I'm going to do something else, that's okay too. But I have to stay with what I know works for me, because it goes against my well-being if I continuously do what I know is not for my greatest and highest good. I would like to share a couple of other things, if I may.
Sure.
Speaking to my organs, because they offered to take out my spleen, because it was in, lymphoma is a blood cancer, but it was located in my spleen. I had this big mass, which kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller every time they would do a scan on it, throughout that whole time. And I knew I kept rubbing my spleen and saying, I love you, spleen, and you are so healthy. I still do that. I would go through all my organs, my cells. You have beautiful, healthy skin. I love my healthy spleen, and I would massage it. And then just all the time. And then radical forgiveness. That's another thing. Daily affirmations. In fact, I still have them on my refrigerator to this day on whiteboards.
Radical forgiveness. Let me stop you there. What is that?
I forgave my mother, my brother.
Oh, okay. I got
40-year friendship. That was a frenemy situation that felt like I was losing a limb when I cut that friendship off. I had to let go of stuff that wasn't serving me.
Right.
I had to, because none of that, and that's what the whole narcissistic, somebody asked earlier about why I stopped the channel. Then I didn't stop the channel. I changed the content, because narcissistic abuse and focusing on what was is not who I am today. And it's not for my greatest and highest good. And if I leave the videos live, people are going to comment on them. And I'm not the person that I was to respond to it. Also, I don't want people focusing on, this person is a narcissistic abuse victim or whatever, because I'm not a victim, and I'm not even a survivor. I'm a thriver, and I'm a healthy woman.
There you go.
That's really powerful. Talking to yourself, positive affirmations.
Oh,
with enthusiasm too. I would be jumping in my kitchen. I'm like, I am healthy. I am well. I'd be dancing around the kitchen with the dogs and stuff. I might sleep for 4 hours after that, but
that's the one thing I find that is a common thread in everybody that I've interviewed, right?
Really?
To today. Yes. That positive affirmations.
I love that.
Is a common thread, which is great, because I actually have been changing my mindset, retraining my brain with positive affirmations for quite a while.
Yes. Yes, yes. Oh, Louise Hay also. Louise Hay, How to Heal Your Life. Her work had a profound impact on me. Still does to this day. Anita Morjani, who healed herself also from cancer. I read her books while I was going through that. That was weird. Did you hear that? That was like feedback. I don't know where it came from. But anyway, that was
Yeah.
really powerful too. I mean, there's so many. So meditation. I'm just a couple of things I wrote down. And rest. Rest.
Oh, rest is very important. When you need rest, like I told you today, I'm taking a break from these. I don't know where it's going. I'm tired.
There you go.
I'm tired today.
Really, really important.
Yes, when you need it, you have to take it. Yes.
Sometimes
Or I suggest that you do before something terrible happens.
it's true. I believe the reason that I was diagnosed with, and I say it that way specifically, so why I was diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma was because I was in these unhealthy relationships for my whole life, right? And I kept stuffing down my feelings and stuffing down my truth and lying to myself. I once said, when I take off one pair of rose-colored glasses or it breaks, I put on another. I mean, I was literally intentionally lying to myself about the people I was with and the relationship that we had or didn't have. I just kept one after the other, and I knew. That's why I also knew that why it was located in my spleen area, in the solar plexus area. I knew I created it. We all create our own reality. I created it myself, and I created it for not speaking my truth, for not living in alignment at all. And this was all a huge part of my healing journey. Letting all that
So
go.
you have to cut yourself a break at some point in there because you didn't know a lot of that.
I'm not mad at myself. I'm just aware. I'm just owning it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you didn't know then what you know now.
Nope.
You know?
But I'm not beating myself up that I did that.
I know.
I'm just taking accountability for it because for me that's empowering that I control and I create my own reality. So if I can say, well, I created that, I can also create infinite perfect health and infinite love and trust and all of that. I believe that I am in complete control of my reality.
Absolutely. And the other thing I wanted to bring up that I really actually love about you is the thing about not owning your diagnosis.
Oh, amen, girl. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. You're the first person.
Your diagnosis.
You are the first person that I ever heard that from. And it made complete sense to me.
If you have some doctor telling you you are depressed, you are bipolar, you are anxious, and then you have commercials. I see them to this day. It gets me so upset. Sometimes I allow myself to get upset. It doesn't do anything to me. I allow myself, right? But it does affect me sometimes, trigger me. I allow it to trigger me because they're saying if you have your whatever it is, your disease. They call it your disease. So no wonder people are owning it and calling it their disease because the commercials tell them that it's theirs.
Yes.
You are not bipolar. You are not depressed. You have a diagnosis of something, maybe.
I've been watching a lot of like things on Netflix and YouTube, not YouTube, Hulu, and the commercials. Oh my gosh. I get like so triggered from commercials. It's like, oh, okay. And I'm looking at my laptop because I watch it on my laptop. I don't have a TV.
You see commercials on your laptop?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because I watch Hulu on my laptop.
Okay, I don't have Hulu. I know when I watch
Paramount
Plus, I have no commercials on my desktop.
I'll look up in the air and say, okay, enough of that commercial. I've had enough of that commercial. And then sure enough, they change. And it's like, yay!
I mute them. And sometimes I'll watch them. Like the girl going like this. She's all excited to have like a vaginal infection. Yeah, she got some whatever it is. I just mute it. But it does bother me. And for years I paid, even during the whole chemo thing, I paid so that I didn't have any commercials on YouTube, which I still think is totally worth it. I do, because I was using it all the time. And yeah.
Sandy said she's been muting commercials since she was a teen.
You go, girl.
And she pays for YouTube Premium, no commercials. Yeah, I don't have the money for that yet, so I will deal with asking Spirit to get rid of the commercials that trigger me.
There you go. That's so funny. Oh, Garden of Life. It's funny because I just started using that recently. Protein powder, and it's amazing. It's vegan, it's organic, and it's called Garden of Life. And I bought the protein with the greens. I never even saw that before. And I bought the vanilla one. God, it's so good. And it's serving my body well with the protein and the greens. So I wanted to share that because that's a new find for me, and I'm excited about it.
Yes,
Oh, by the way,
Heather says, I like to reframe it now as something I just experienced. It's not mine or my identity. Exactly.
Yes,
exactly. And when you said that to me, or well, I don't even know if you said it to me, it was probably on one of your lives that I heard it.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my living God, that makes sense.
Right.
That
When
made
Spirit gave that to me.
sense. Because if we're claiming it, then we're giving our power away to it.
Yes, exactly. And not only that, but I feel like when we slap a label on ourselves and we own it, we're like, oh, I'm this. Well, then that's it. And everything that you're doing is going to be surrounding all about this thing, this label: medication, doctors, lifestyle, friendships, activities. Everything is surrounding, instead of the being that you are, the light being, the fragment of source energy. It's all about the disease, this label that you were given, that you owned. And maybe it was comforting. It was for me 30, 40 years ago. It was comforting to me to say, oh, that's why I'm this way. That's why I don't fit in with the rest of the world. That's why, whatever. So at the time.
That's why I have anxiety.
Right. Well, that's why I've got social anxiety or whatever. Now I know it's because I feel everybody's stuff, and I perceive everything differently. But if I had never let go of that label, I would never know my truth. I wouldn't be able to own it and be accountable and change my reality, because I would have just stopped right there. Oh, this is what I have. I have to either take pills or suffer without pills, and that's it. It's nothing like that at all in my life now. Nothing.
Yeah.
My whole reality is different.
Yes.
And I had to let go of the label. Yeah, we are not our diagnosis.
Yes. And we are not our labels either.
No, none of them. In fact, when, part of my healing journey has been like
Rich, poor, fat, skinny, old, young, tired. Well, I said I was tired today.
I use them sometimes too, but sometimes it helps to explain something. But to own something that you really don't want. I read a post today. I don't know the person. I wouldn't call them out anyway. But the person was saying that it was a very definitive. I'm going to have to paraphrase, but they were saying basically that they're stuck. It was worse than stuck. I can't remember. Trapped. They were trapped. They were trapped in depression. They were trapped in this. I thought, oh my God, you're saying you're trapped in these horrible things, that the unwanted, then you're creating. I told this person that I barely even know, but very kind, gently, what we know now to be true, that you're creating that reality for yourself. And if you tell yourself that you are this, then you are that. You're continuously going to become and be that. I'm not phrasing that well, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Yes. And I'm sure everybody that's on here does too.
Self-love. That's the last one that I had. I had all the things I wrote down that I had to tell you. Self-love and mirror work. Also picking the mirror. I love you.
That's a common one too. That's a common one. I have used that. I have used that one too.
Yeah.
That's common. That's a common thread. Three. Yeah, 3.
That's what I was going to ask you. What are the most common threads that you've experienced, that you're aware of doing these shows? Now I'm interested.
Definitely mirror work. Combining spirituality with medical medicine.
Okay.
Being open to all possibilities, and Positive affirmations. Definitely all those. And if I wasn't feeling a little sleepy today, I could probably think of some more.
I love the way you said you're feeling sleepy. You didn't say I am.
Yes,
You said
yes.
I'm feeling.
I changed that. I'm working on my wording because words are powerful.
Yes. Which is another
Words,
part of my healing journey too. Yeah.
in the beginning was the Word.
And the word is God, right? Isn't that what the Bible says?
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word, in the beginning is the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God. Okay, so the Word is very, very important.
It is.
Very, very important. And that's something that I've been working on myself with for well, God, a while now.
Yeah.
A while, because like certain words I really don't like to say, but I haven't found a reasonable word that fits it. Like if I need something, okay, I haven't found a word to fit that yet. I need something.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I have not found a word for that. So sometimes I just say, okay, I hate saying the word need, but that's what it is. But words are very powerful, and encourage anybody listening to this to watch what you're speaking out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, because they are. And you've all seen that thing, watch your words. That's why it's called spelling. Okay.
Right.
Everybody's seen that post, and that is true. It is true. Our words carry power. They carry their own frequency out into the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if we're saying, oh my God, I can't do this anymore, then you're not going to ever be able to. Okay, because you're putting that out there. You're putting that out to the universe. But this show is not about that. This show is about self-healing. And this has been really, really amazing. This has been so much fun for me. I get to sit in the driver's seat and have these lovely conversations and learn different things about how everybody handles things differently. And wow, how blessed we all really are. I'm getting emotional. Oh my goodness.
Cancer was my greatest teacher. I've had a lot of great teachers in this life, but cancer was my greatest teacher, I feel, because it really I just awakened. And here we are now.
Yeah.
I met you after that too. I met everybody after that. And part of the reason I started my original interview show, was so that I could connect with people, healers and psychics and mediums and all the people that I wanted to connect with. How do I do that? Well, let me interview you. Let me talk to you and promote you and celebrate you to the world while I'm getting to know. And honestly, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey. I'm so honored that you invited me on your show today, Kimmy. And
I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I did. So Megan, you can, most people that are here know you. All right. Okay. This is also on my YouTube channel. So, you can go ahead and promote yourself.
Okay.
I was really getting emotional, Megan.
It's what you're doing here, Kimmy, with this show. I mean, what you've done, and if you do it again, great. And if not, whatever. This has been amazing, and I'm so grateful that you've done this. This is really powerful.
Thank you. Thank you.
This
Thank you. Thank you.
Needed.
Yes, that's what they said. That's what they said. I fought it tooth and nail for months.
I love that.
I literally did, Megan. I fought it tooth and nail for months.
I know you, so I know that it takes you a while. You can dig your feet in. I'm like, I'm not budging.
That's right. I am a Taurus. I got my feet in that earth, baby.
So when you said you were doing it, I'm like, wow, she must have been thinking about this for a while.
Yeah. And they gave me the names.
Oh,
They
wow.
gave me the names of who to do, and and in the order that they came out, which was really funny.
Interesting. That's very cool. I
Yes,
love that. See, spirit guides me with my guests as well. You
yes.
know, I love that. I love that. I love the whole thing. Amazing.
Sandy's a double Taurus too. She stalls for years. Yes, I have a twin. Yay!
If anyone wants to book a reading with me or intuitive development coaching, or healing, I've been doing a lot of healing lately, then reach out to me. Reach out to me on Facebook, or you can email me at highvibrationalmastery@gmail.com. I do have a YouTube channel as well. You can find me there. You can always find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook group. Kimmy's also an admin. Heather's an admin. Therese is an admin. It's High Vibrational Mastery, the group in parentheses.
Awesome.
But my website's under control. It's still there, but I'm not worrying about that right now. Right now, I'm focusing on whatever I'm drawn to focus on. And I'm also still doing, actually, maybe even in some ways more than ever, like behind the scenes, I've been doing artwork for my local church. I've been doing artwork, a lot of, excuse me, intuitive.
Trixie got to get in there.
Always, she's been here the whole time, but now she just had to make sure that you saw her too. For my awesome friend who's a real estate agent in Miami, so I'm doing a lot of graphic arts for her. So I have several things going on, and my services are available. So if you're drawn to work with me, you'll know. This is just how it works with me. People just know. It's not like a discussion or anything. We could talk. I'm happy to talk to you. And that's why I want people to message me directly so we can communicate and get a feel for each other. But I have personally found that my clients are always, I shouldn't say always because that's such a thing, but are often saying to me, I really feel drawn to work with you. And I know that's how I work with people too. I like to feel from my clients' energy as well and know Spirit will tell me how I can help them and if I can help them. If not, maybe I'll refer them to Kimmy or to John or something. You know what I'm saying? If that client is not my client and I feel that, I'll source them out to the right person that I'll recommend them to that person, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I do that. If I get somebody that's like, I know I'm not going to be able to help, then yeah, let me find you somebody that can.
Right. I would like to share that I'm going to be creating a meditation group. It's going to be like a class. We're going to do it on Zoom. It's going to be 11/11, and it'll be done, I think, weekly. I'm not sure, maybe bi-weekly, whatever. But it's going to be just very inexpensive, 11/11, and we all get together and meditate together. And Spirit will guide me to whatever different kind of meditations that they want us to do. It might be guided, might be something else, whatever it is. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do it as a group. And
awesome.
So that doesn't have to be like a package thing. It could be like a one of or whenever, and that's going to be amazing. They've been asking me to do this for a while, and I've dug my feet in. I'm like, I don't know about that.
You're hanging out with me too much.
And also intuitive development, I'm doing it. So if anyone is drawn, I've been saying I'm going to create a class for that as well. But regardless, if that is something that you're drawn to do, whether you want to be it's the intuitive development evolution. If you would look at intuitive development coach to work on that. I don't use the word teacher, coach, facilitator, space holder. The word teacher seems to trigger me, so I don't use that for myself. But I will say that it's definitely something I can do, and I can help you with if that's something that you are interested in. So reach out to me. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. This has been really, really fun.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that you are here with us. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. This has been amazing. Thank you again for having me.
Yeah, we're going to call it a quits for tonight. I'm trying to keep these around about an hour. We went 109, so we're good.
Perfect.
We're good. I love you guys. Thank you, and thank you. And always, always, always remember to encourage each other and lift each other up. Have a good night.